And the invitation is very much just to put everything aside. Anything that isn't here and now. So aware of a body, breathing, feelings you might have, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Emotional things, thoughts. Senses in the body, places which may be a little bit uncomfortable, or we may feel tired or energetic, whatever it is. Be with. Remembering that one of my favorite exercises is this following the breath, body breathing itself. I mean, aware, knowing where the body's breathing in, and then pausing and the breath out. Try and rest your attention on the really subtle movement of the body breathing itself, making that the center, awareness, and then anything else we try and put aside. And what happens is stuff happens, mind moves around, thoughts come in, ideas, feelings, and we wander off. We make a attempt coming back, breathe a little, and then catch a little bit of that sense being present here and now, and then mind wanders off. So the question I pose is the old question so many spiritual meditation traditions come to is, who am I? Am I the body? This body which doesn't want to sit still when I want it to. Doesn't gets older whether I like it or not. Gets sick without asking my permission. So when we examine the body, does it really, are you fully in control of all things, or does it have a fair amount of, does this center is just doing what it needs to do, not really element of control, but a lot of it is Sometimes it wants to fall asleep when we don't want it to. We can't sleep when we want to make it sleep. Has its little allergies and problems we didn't ask for. No, looking at that, is it really me and mine? Just meditating on the body. Notice how it doesn't want to play the game all the time. Find the most comfortable bed or chair and it can't stand it for long. Kind of demanding attention, like it or not. Is there really, if this is really me and mine, would it do that? Same with the mind. Instead of meditation and simple exercise, just stay with the breath. Just do that. Rest there, just notice it. Just breathing in and out. Catch a few breaths and then something gets in the way. Could be some while before we realize and pull ourselves back. Simple practice, don't ask much, just follow the breath, nothing else. Just do that. Try a few more and mind wanders off. How often do we find ourselves caught in a pattern of habitual thinking you can't get rid of, keeps coming back? Is this thinking really me? Is it really mine? If it was, I could just turn it off, turn it on. Choose, pick and choose the music it plays, the pictures it brings up, or is it, can we do that? Or is it a sense of, has its own story? How can it really be me and mine? Even feelings are the nicest feelings, pleasant feelings we like. Can you keep it that way? How long can you maintain that nice feeling? Or is it taken away and something else arises? Who am I? You know, is it the same me when I was 2, 3, 5-year-old than now? What changed between 5 and 7 and 8-year-old and now? Are you more me now than you were then? What is there to hold on to? I am my thoughts, my memories. What is it right now that we notice that it doesn't change? Can we notice a constant? There's a notice feelings, we notice thoughts, we notice changes in the body. Always changing. What is it that doesn't change? And what remains is it's always there. It's just a sense of being aware. This sort of I am. I call it awareness. I am aware. Feelings always changing. I'm aware of the body. The senses always changing. I'm aware of the mind and mind objects, pictures, memories always changing. But awareness always the same. Even in a sleep, we're aware of dreams. Deep sleep, we're aware of the end of dreams, aware of deep sleep. Awareness itself is constant. So this awareness, or knowing, this doesn't get older, doesn't stop and start, it's the same thing. When we woke up this morning, getting dressed, and we come here, awareness is always there. Didn't any time it stopped. From the moment we're born, awareness is present, and also awareness is uncoloured or tainted or affected by anything that happens, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. That ability to know it remains the same. So what happens when we move this sense of me, I'm aware of breathing, aware of feelings. It's the same thing, same awareness. There's no name, it's neither male or female, just knows. So as we sit meditating, just considering this feeling, being aware, knowing things coming, going, mass of feelings, sensations. So what happens if we just make that a real sense of who I am? My true inner self is not a body, a thought, an idea. It's not the results of an exam test, or it's just knowing all those things. It's the very fact that we are aware, we know. So what happens when we really explore the sense of knowing something? So in life, perhaps, in our world, we're encouraged to investigate being successful at something, success, being good at it. But if you explore very closely, you recognize success comes with failure. They're the same thing. Success, failure, win, lose. They're the same thing, different ends of the same stick. Pick up success, failures there on with it. So as we meditate, maybe you notice how we're drawn by these things. We lean towards one, afraid of the other. We want one, we don't need the other. Can't cut in two between two parallel worlds, one going left, the other one right. When we explore success, failure, then we see they are the same thing. We know success and failure for what they are. Know them. When we're knowing them, we're not drawn, not kind of caught up in hanging onto one and not seeing the other. Hanging on to health and not seeing sickness, hanging on to being young and not seeing old. So the Buddha, the word Buddha means the one who knows, recognizes everything is born, dies, birth and death, the same thing. Knows birth and death. Doesn't expect one without the other. Happiness and sadness, the same thing. Buddha means the one who knows. So when we look, stop, feel things out in meditation, we're going to realize the world has all things, so we can open mind, being to recognizing good, bad, same thing. Sickness and health, same thing. left and right, the same thing, up and down. That which is mine and not mine. So half the meditation is something we call wisdom, as people wise up, begin to see that with things that make us happy can also make us sad. That which brings us pleasure can also bring us pain. So contemplate this, hold this in our mind and see whether wisdom is a big space, it's a place of everything belongs. It's a place where happiness that we seek, contentment that we seek, the longing, the completion that we seek is not really depending on what we get, but in what we know. And kind of knowing is the ultimate, the most precious, the most important, the most liberating. Knowing brings us freedom. You know that many of the things we seek are just give a certain amount of happiness, but they're only just that much, and then they move on. Not expecting a cup of tea to make us happy forever. It's just a little moment. A few moments later, it's a quick trip to the loo. Comes, goes. Buddha is the mind. Buddha's mind is the one that remains still, that knows the center, knows what it is to know. Remains still, equanimous, peaceful, cool, unflustered. So in some meditation traditions, this guru asks the question, question to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? In this world of needs and wants and desires and frustrations, where's the me? It's a perfect question because it takes us back to a place where there are no questions. There is only knowing. Sometimes this kind of questioning can bring a certain empty bit of quiet. Mind stops for a while, can't kind of find an edge to this, kind of drifts a while, and then after a while the chatter begins. Stop and ask ourselves where the chatter comes from. Is it something we've chosen? Is it me, mine, or is it like residues, like echoes, reverberating without my permission, without interest, just echoes in the mist? Mist of time, space. Over us in this part of the world, there's so much stress in our lives is about who we feel we are, whether we feel successful or not, whether we're clever or not, whether we look good or feel good or not. When we do this, we kind of feel divided. Right, wrong, good, bad. But in knowing, we see right and wrong, same thing, good, bad, same thing. Knowing there is just, we know it, we know this. And it's hunting, seeking, or feeling afraid and wanting to get away from things, wanting to learn towards things, cools off. You come back to a human being rather than a human always doing, fixing, sorting, managing, endless positionless positions, or the one that has no boundary, no view, neither born nor dies, just knows.